Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big topics using the data and research behind them. Today, we're going to dig into a practice that flips thousands of years of agriculture on its head to ask a really important question. Does no-till farming actually improve soil health?
All right, let's get right into it. For basically all of human history, if you wanted to grow food, you plowed the earth. It's just what you did. But what if the secret to building healthier, more resilient soil for the future is to just stop? To understand that, we first have to look at the method we've been using for millennia.
And that method is called conventional tillage. And look, farmers do this for some pretty good reasons, right? It helps get rid of weeds, it mixes in fertilizer, it loosens up the soil. For generations, this was just standard operation procedure for getting a field ready for a new crop. But all that churning and turning, turns out it comes with a huge price tag. Decades of research have shown that it leaves soil totally exposed, so it can just get washed or blown away. It releases massive amounts of carbon that were stored in the soil right up into the atmosphere, and maybe worst of all, it just wrecks the delicate web of microbial life that is the absolute foundation of healthy soil. So, to tackle these problems, a whole new ideas start to take root: no-till farming. And yeah, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Instead of plowing, farmers use special equipment to plant seeds directly into the undisturbed soil. They leave all the stalks and leaves from the last harvest right on the surface to act as a kind of protective blanket. So, the big question is, does it actually work? Well, let's see what the science says. This really cool study out of Central Illinois gives us a direct side-by-side comparison. They looked at fields that were converted to no-till, that's the NT here, and compared them to neighboring fields that were still being conventionally tilled, or CT. And the first thing that just jumps out is water. The no-till soils had way higher soil moisture content. We're talking 13.2% more water than the tilled fields right next door. Now, you can imagine, in a world with more and more droughts, that ability to hold on to water is a huge, huge advantage. It's a game changer for resilience. But it gets even better. Let's talk about something called soil organic matter, or SOM. Now, this is the real gold. It's all that decomposed plant and animal stuff that's the lifeblood of fertile soil. It provides nutrients, it improves structure, it's everything. And you can see the no-till fields saw a massive improvement here too. Just how big of an improvement? A whopping 20.1% increase in soil organic matter. That's not just a small bump. That's a fundamental shift towards healthier, more fertile soil. And it's all from just letting the ground do its thing. And look, it's not just about one or two things. Other long-term studies looked at the whole picture using something called the Soil Quality Index. You can think of it like a report card for the soil. It grades everything. And what they found was that no-till systems consistently get a much higher score. The entire ecosystem under our feet is just healthier. So this isn't just stuff for scientists in a lab. This translates to real money and real environmental wins on actual farms. Check out Macaulay Farms in New York. After they switched, their income went up, they saved a ton on fuel and labor, and their environmental impact just plummeted. I mean, 99% less sediment loss and a 69% cut in greenhouse gases? That's incredible. Okay, so everything sounds perfect, right? I mean, better soil, happier farmers, a healthier planet. What's not to love? Well, it turns out there's a pretty big but hiding in plain sight when you look at how no-till is actually practiced. See, if you're not plowing to get rid of weeds, you still got to deal with them somehow. And for a lot of conventional farms, the answer has been chemicals. A report from Friends of the Earth found that the vast majority, we're talking 93%, of no-till corn and soy relies on herbicides to control those weeds. And the scale here is just mind-boggling. That same report found that these two no-till crops alone are responsible for 1/3. A full third of all annual pesticide use in the entire United States. That's an unbelievable chemical footprint. And this is where we hit the paradox, the real catch-22 of the whole thing. The very goal of no-till is to protect and rebuild that living soil microbiome. Yet, the herbicides being used to make it possible, chemicals like glyphosate, are known to harm that exact same community of life in the soil. We're protecting the soil from the plow, but we might be attacking it with chemicals instead. So you see the trade-off, right? This is the central dilemma. On one side, you have these amazing, proven benefits for the soil structure, for water, for carbon. But on the other side, you've got a system that, as it's commonly practiced, is chemically intensive. and brings a whole new set of ecological problems to the table.
Which brings us all the way back to our big question. Does no-till farming really improve soil health? And the answer is, well, it's complicated. From a mechanical standpoint, by not physically disturbing the soil, absolutely, yes. But by often replacing the plow with the chemical sprayer, we've traded one major problem for another. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with this massive, critical question for the future of how we grow our food. It's obvious that stopping the plow is an incredibly powerful tool, but the challenge that remains is, how do we get all those amazing benefits of no-till without the heavy chemical cost? How do we build a system that is truly regenerative from the